Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Amateur Hour Sports Podcast. My name is Jacob, and Roman is joining me for another episode today. We're talking about the NBA this time. There's been a lot of NFL content lately, so we kind of switched back to our roots. We most talk about the NBA, and we'll go there. Big news in the last couple of days is Ja Morant balled out against Houston, 26 points, 10 for 11 from the field. 10 for 11 from the field. Harden was like daring him to shoot all game. Was just
he had a game.
Unreal.
He had
Unreal
a
in that game. Grizzlies are on a run. They're occupying the 8th seed in the West as I speak. This episode's coming out a couple days after I'm speaking. So as I'm speaking, in a playoff spot, largely due to Ja Morant, who was the second overall pick behind another guy making news this week. Zion Williamson reportedly will be back in action on January 22nd.
Against the Spurs.
You are very, very much looking forward to Zion Williamson. And the question I have today, Roman doesn't like the question, but
it's a hard one, so I don't like it.
If the Pelicans could go back and draft Ja Morant ahead of Zion Williamson, would they do it? Would you do it if you were part of the Pelicans?
No, I still take Zion. And here's why I will still take Zion. We have to forget about what Ja is doing right now if we're going to have this conversation. We can't think about what he's doing in the NBA right now.
Why do we have to forget about it?
Because we're looking at when we were drafting them strictly. If we're going to go on when we were at the draft, Zion was looking...
I'm saying now. You look at it right now. Would you go back and draft Ja Morant? I'm saying you got to, taking into consideration what's going on right now.
I'm still taking Zion. The closest player we've seen to ever that could be possibly LeBron-esque, based on his build-wise. If you got to fix his shooting, of course, but he's looking like an absolute beast. I understand in my opinion, I still think he's a little bit too big, and he's gonna blow out his knees.
Oh yeah,
but I'm still taking him. This guy was an absolute animal in college. Nothing was stopping him.
In college, I have his college stats here. He put up 22.6 points per game. 33.8 from 3, 68% from the field. Yeah.
Animal.
Straight up monster.
Out of
9
Duke
rebounds
as well.
A game.
Not an easy place to play.
Straight up monster. Here's why I will say Zion Williamson should still have gone first. Just because the acquisitions, like Lonzo Ball, you have Lonzo Ball, you have Drew Holiday. That's why you go for a guy like Zion. But if I change up the question to who is going to have a better NBA career, what do you say to that?
I'm saying Ja.
So am I. And I said at the start of the season, we did award predictions. You and Colin were adamant on Zion. I know he's been injured, but I said Zion healthy, Ja Morant still Rookie of the Year. Looks like right now Ja Morant is going to be Rookie of the Year the way he's playing, putting up 18 points per game. He's shooting 40% from 3, almost 50% from the field. Great numbers, 7 assists.
Who else can touch him?
And these numbers are slowly getting better. Who can touch him?
Who else can touch him?
Nobody.
Tyler Hero, if you want to throw him in there?
No.
I'm just trying to think of a rookie because I really can't that's putting up numbers like he is.
Nobody. Ja Morant is almost like a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year at this point.
No, yeah, he is.
So I get Zion's been injured, but I said Ja Morant probably anyway. So keeping this in mind, Ja Morant I thought would be better than him regardless. Now look at Zion Williamson from a fragility standpoint. Zion Williamson got injured in college. He got injured in summer league. He got injured in preseason, and he hasn't played an NBA game yet. And we're in January.
Yeah,
we're almost at the All-Star break.
It's scary.
He needs to lose weight for sure because the toll he puts on his body, the way he plays when it comes to the amount of jumps, the amount of running he has to do, the game, he's so athletic for his size, but he needs to shave off that weight. I don't think Zion's going deep into his 30s it's a long way away. I don't think he's going deep into his 30s in his NBA career. And I don't think he's ever going to have a season where he plays 82 games or even 78 games. He rests 4 games just because you rest players sometimes. I think he's going to have an injury that's going to affect him every single season of his NBA career. Keeping that, so by using that, I'm looking at Ja Morant like a guy who's absolutely balling right now.
Oh.
Look how good Memphis are doing with him. Him in tandem with Jaren Jackson Jr., that could be a very fruitful partnership for years to come. Those are two young guys for your core.
Another scary thing about Ja is he's still on Memphis, who is not a good team by any means.
No, he's making them good.
That is terrifying.
There's a lot of talented young players who just don't make their team better even though they're playing well. Trae Young, for example, that's a good roster. We talked about the other day in the Crisis Club episode. Doncic and Trae Young put up similar numbers, but one team is 6th in the West, the other team's bottom of the NBA, because one is so much better at making his teammates better. Luka Doncic, Trae Young is not doing that, but you're getting with Memphis right now, Ja Morant making his team better just from his presence and the way he's playing, bringing other people into the game. That is what you want from a second pick. Not what you're getting from guys like Lonzo Ball at the number 2 pick. I did a Lonzo Ball episode where I called him a bust with Deshaun. That's a very popular episode if you want to go check that out a few weeks ago. But if I'm picking one guy for his entire career, the only reason I'm not taking Ja Morant first overall if I go back is because positionally the Pelicans needed, they needed the forward positions filled out.
I wouldn't only say positionally, I would say potential as well. If I'm going to say who has a better potential between Ja and Zion, it's Zion.
Fair enough. But I think that Ja Morant's going to have a better career. That's why I say it looking at it right now.
Fair. If I just want to throw a comparison out there with Zion, one player that he's reminding me a lot of before he even touched the NBA is Boogie. Not stat-wise, injury-wise. We looked at a player that had a great season at the Pelicans with Davis.
Yeah.
But then injury after injury after injury, and the man is not even playing now. He tried to chase a ring last year.
Lost his money.
Couldn't even play, and now he's out the whole season riding the Lakers bench.
He's lost out on a max contract that he's never going to get again.
And I don't know exactly how old he is, but he pretty much looks like he's washed up.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Boogie's gonna be serviceable when he gets healthy.
He's had too many injuries. This guy has had too many injuries for his size, age, and the toll he's having on his knees.
So we're saying this about Boogie, who is nowhere near as athletic as Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson, the amount of movement this guy's gonna have, it's gonna be maybe even worse than Boogie.
Exactly.
Look at Zion. He's gonna play January 22nd. That's gonna be his NBA debut. Who's to say he's not gonna get injured again this season?
He can do it anytime.
Do you really think Zion's gonna play every single game from January 22nd onward? Because I sure as hell don't think he is.
No, the only thing I'm happy with the Pelicans is it looks like they didn't rush him back.
Yeah.
Which is
But that's largely in part to the Pelicans are shit. There's no need for him to be coming back.
I thought they started picking it up. How far are they out of the playoff spot?
Recently,
aren't they 4 games?
Recently they've picked it up, which is why now it's big.
I understand. I think they're 4 games out of a
playoff.
But
before they were like one of the worst teams in the NBA.
They were horrible.
Right now the Pelicans are 15-26. They're 14th in the West, second last, but only 4 games back of the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Like I said, who are in the 8th seed.
They're
making a push. The way Brandon Ingram is playing, Lonzo Ball, literally since the day I called him a bust, has been balling out.
The way it works.
Fuck you, Lonzo Ball, for doing that, by the way. Make me look like an idiot. Maybe I make myself look like an idiot.
Yeah, that was a fair take. Lonzo's not playing well.
But, yeah, Zion, I mean, if he wants to show out, I said Zion's ceiling this season. The start of the season, I did an episode with Nico on Zion, and we said how we think he's going to play this season. This was before the injury. I said, max I can see is 15 points to 17 points, 8 rebounds. Even those numbers are not Ja Morant numbers. Ja Morant putting up 18 and 7 assists.
With Zion having a better team around him.
Zion having a better team around him. They're similar, but you can make a big case in that. If those stat-wise.
Oh, stat-wise. So I thought you were saying team-wise. I'm like, okay.
Stat-wise, decently similar, but you can make a case with Ja Morant. If Ja Morant's putting up 18 and 7 and Zion's putting up 17 and 8, you can make a case Ja Morant's the better player on the season. But no way Zion's winning Rookie of the Year at this point.
No, you can't. It would be terrifying to see if he did.
Like I said, I don't think he's gonna be playing every game for the rest of the season, even though he's just getting healthy again. So
no.
Career-wise, you gotta like Ja Morant over Zion just because the injuries are going to be a problem.
Injuries and trends we've seen in the league of just bigger players injuring themselves more and more.
Zion's heading down a slippery slope.
Yeah, your safe pick right now is Ja, who is looking like a phenomenal player. And
I love Ja Morant.
I think McGrady just came out the other day saying that he's going to be an MVP one day.
Ja Morant?
Yeah.
The way he's playing, the confidence.
Did you see him on Harden
the
a couple nights ago? Oh my lord.
Harden was daring him to shoot, and Ja Morant was like let this motherfucker know who I am.
26 points, 8 assists,
10
and 10
for
11. Insane stat line.
Like he
on Memphis.
One of the first shots was he hit a 3 hard and let him shoot, and he said like
deep 3.
Like, does this motherfucker know who I am? Something like that. It was something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, let this guy know who I am. Like, why are you letting me shoot the ball? You know, you and me play pickup from time to time. You feel a little disrespected when a guy just lets you shoot.
Oh yeah.
Even from a pickup standpoint, you go, oh, like we're not great, so we don't always hit the shot, but
exactly.
You know, oh, like wow. Really? You don't think I can hit a wide open 3? NBA level guy who's balling out like this, Harden daring him to shoot, and he comes at him, and he excels under that adversity.
Oh, it's insane.
From a rookie, just attack. Like, since day one, this guy has not been afraid.
Well, look at Ja. It's his first season, and he's already trying to end 2 NBA careers. One of them being Kevin Love.
He almost ruined Kevin Love. Oh, my God.
Good on Kevin Love to come out and say, to actually be funny about it, and say he almost quit.
Yeah.
And I forget who the other one was, but he nearly ruined somebody else.
Cramps. He's had some cramps this season.
But
like,
it's just
a highlight reel.
We're not looking like he's got a bad aspect of his game for his position yet. Subpar defender.
Subpar? That means he's not. You mean like...
Sorry. Not subpar. Wrong choice of words. He is a good
above
defender.
Par.
Above par. My lord. Assist machine.
Mm-hmm.
Can drive to the bucket and shoot no problem. What else can you want?
Yeah, 3-point, can get to the cup. Like you said, he can defend. It's showing that he can make other players around him better, which is one of the most important aspects of a player.
On a Memphis team.
On Memphis, would you imagine start of the season saying Memphis would make the playoffs?
Where your starting center is Valanciunas.
Hey, Valanciunas, yeah, don't disrespect JV. Don't disrespect JV.
All right. I'm just saying that quality
Ja
team is not the best.
A baller. I love Ja Morant. I love what I'm seeing. He's growing to be one of my favorite players in the NBA. I just love his attitude for the game. You know. Mm-hmm. All in all, if we could go back, would you say Ja Morant could be the guy you draft? No?
I still say Zion. You gotta go back to what he did in college.
But you said Ja Morant's gonna have a better career.
But you gotta take that potential. You gotta look at teams that don't want to be, oh shit, we didn't draft Jordan.
Well,
the potential-wise, his potential is the best we've seen in years coming out of college. There has not been a better potential that we've seen coming out of Zion. That is why I'm saying number 1. Because if he were to prove to be the player that some people think he would be, and you did not take him, you would be ridiculed for years and years.
Yeah.
That is why you take. The risk could be rewarded.
I think talent-wise, if he stays healthy, which I don't think he will, you're looking at a guy like Giannis where you can't guard him because of how dominant he is, and if he gets that jump shot, I'm talking about Zion, if he gets that jump shot, what do?
Oh,
what do you do?
We said the same thing about Giannis, and look at him now.
That's what I'm saying. Giannis doesn't even have a jump shot yet, and look how well he's getting it. He's getting it, by the way. He's going to have it.
He's working on it.
He's going to have it in the next couple of years, by the way. Sounds like we're talking about doomsday when it comes to Giannis being able to shoot the ball efficiently. But
pretty much. Oh my lord.
Man, I'm looking back.
Raptors, please.
I don't know. I feel like Ja Morant's the guy.
You would take Ja.
I think he's gonna have a better career. Why wouldn't I take the guy who I think is gonna have a better career? And I mean, it's tough to just talk about. It's tough to talk about the future. There's a lot of variables, a lot of parameters, but I feel like Ja Morant's going to be a better NBA player when it's all said and done.
Oh, even though I agree with you with the potential, not the potential wise, of the overall career wise, you got to take Zion because of his potential.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I see where you're coming from. Like, I can respect the opinion, but for me, Ja Morant is the man.
Okay, but I understand John Morant is looking the way he's looking right now, but if we're actually going to look at players coming out of a draft, a John Morant, don't get me wrong, he's looking amazing. We've seen players come out of the draft that have been somewhat similar to him. When have we seen a player come out of the draft in the last 5 years that has looked like Zion?
Last 5 years?
Last 5 years. I mean, if you want to compare somebody to Zion, the last one I can actually think of is maybe AD. Being that dominant coming out, that's the last one, is the brow.
But then again, it's arguable that he was
Arguable.
on that Zion level.
Yeah.
Like, people are comparing him to LeBron in terms of the draft stock that he had. But the injuries, man, something's got to change.
Oh, I agree. But I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I agree with you.
I'll end it there. Thank you for listening. If you're still here, go check out the merch. It's going to be linked in the description. Stickers, mugs, water bottles, clocks, bags. There's a lot of shit. Go check it out. Support the show. Follow us Twitter and Instagram at MHRPDC. Links in the description again. Subscribe on YouTube. Like the video on YouTube if you like the video. Follow on Spotify. And as usual, we post every single day. So keep coming back for the daily content. We'll see you tomorrow.